I did a posting on Facebook. Okay, it is about the Pope coming to Lisbon next year in August for a 1 week youth conference. Okay, and so I put this picture out there, and I put a little message out there. Since I'm doing faith-based travel, I negotiated with with a group that is conducting these trials, and I got a very deep discount on it. And I put the price out there. That you can contact us if you were to kind of book, to go to Lisbon. You have no idea the vile comments I get on it, including, I am a Luciferian. Okay. In other words, because I am getting people to go see the Pope, therefore, I'm a Lucifer. And, and from that, the Pope being satanic, the Pope is Satan, he is Antichrist, he is that, he is this. And they cannot let go of all the wrongdoings the church did for them. Okay? And I'm not denying, I'm not defending the church. Okay? And I also know the fact that, yes, we have a pretty bad history. There was a lot of abuse of power, and there is incredible secrecy, and even after all these years, I still believe that the church, especially the Catholic Church, is a very paganistic religion. And
So,
it is a paganistic
well,
religion.
it can be, I suppose.
In many ways, it's still very paganistic, and the paganistic ideas came out of Rome, because Romans were pagans in the year 300, and when Constantine took over the church, Constantine himself was a pagan. So it's a lot of paganistic ideas. It just came into the church. It's through him. So since Christianity kind of came to the West through those areas, we have inherited a lot of paganistic traditions, and we still cannot get out of it. We are still not able to get out of it. We don't want to let go of it. Even though the Pope is trying to modernize quite a bit, the traditionalists will not allow that to happen. Okay, so that is a dilemma that we are in the church. But the people who are commenting on that video, on my post, and that's all they are talking about. And I even said, I even wrote a comment saying that, look, at the end of your life, nobody is going to ask you what the church did for you or what the church failed to do for you. Nobody is going to ask you. It is between you and God.
Amen.
Okay, it is your life and the life God gave you. How you're going to reconcile that. That is the only criteria, when you are going face to face with Him.
And he mentions other faiths too will be at the table in heaven with Abraham.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
He's opening it up to everybody.
Everybody.
That believes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. But here we are so obsessed with the wrongdoings of the church. Come on. Church is our family. Okay, I haven't come across any family, including my own, that does not have, things hidden in the closet. You see what I mean? But am I going to abandon my family because of what is in the closet?
Absolutely not. I don't know about you. I know about me.
Yeah. It's not, we cannot do that. And after all, it is between me and God.
I agree.
It is between me and God, whether a priest is in the middle of it, whether none is in the middle of it, it is totally irrelevant.
I think I'll
because
stick with God rather than the
because
priest and the
Jesus
nun.
says to the Samaritan woman very specifically, the time is coming. You are not going to worship God in this mountain and in the temples in Jerusalem. It is the spirit and the truth. That's what God seeks. Did he mention anything about religion?
Not that I recall.
No. There was no religion. In that conversation with the Samaritan woman, no room for religion. It is between the spirit and the truth. That's it. It has nothing
Well,
to
I'm
do.
still listening to God.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to do with what I'm telling you. No, it is what you realize for yourself as the truth. And it is what is given to you as the spirit. It is the reconciliation between those two. That's where the enlightenment is. If what I say you is getting closer to the reconciliation, take it. If you think it doesn't, leave it. And so does a lot of things that the church says, take it or leave it. Is it taking you closer to the spirit and the truth? That is the only criteria that you need to look at. If it is taking you closer to the spirit and the truth, buy it. Be persuaded by it. Be motivated by it. Seek it. See, that's what it is. There is a chapter in my book, and in that I'm studying, it's a study between Judas Iscariot and St. Peter. Okay?
I'm going with Peter.
Well, guess what? In my study, I am looking at both of them
Well,
in
of course you have to.
a very objective, positive framework. And I found Judas Iscariot was quite a respectful man. Very respectable man. And, he had good ethics, he had good morals, he had good everything. You see,
Some of his opinions were his own personal.
everybody had those opinions, but the
everybody does.
point is,
Christ picked him in the beginning, so
Yeah.
he must have been good.
and he gave him a portfolio. He kept him so closer to him at a distance close enough that he could dip the bread in his cup. He was that close. He was that an arm length away from what Jesus was eating. You know what I mean? And to that close, he was sitting so close to him at the table. So he was not somebody who was kept at a distance. Okay, Jesus kept him very close. So if
You would know that would be more than okay.
yeah, but you see, we are so quick to judge him as somebody who betrayed Jesus. He was a sinner. Okay, and there goes the judgment. Okay, but the thing is, when you study these both apostles, in a real light, in how Jesus looked at both of them, there is a lot of information out there that could become incredibly valuable to us. You see, Judas Iscariot. Iscariot was someone who is a believer.
Yeah.
Okay, he believed in the Messiah. He believed in what the scriptures interpreted or scriptures said about the Messiah as someone who is coming, and he is someone who is going to deliver the Israelites, from their captors. That's what everybody believed. He also believed in the same thing. And his belief, he was very faithful to his belief until his last minute. He was very faithful to that belief. That was Judas Iscariot. See, whereas when you look at Peter had no belief. He may have believed in it, whatever it is, but Peter was always the curious one. He was the seeker. So the believer...
Like you think, is there anything different that I haven't noticed yet? Kind of thing.
No, it's not that seeking means, but there is a lot to Jesus that I don't know of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm going to find out from him. I'm going to go after him. I'm going to ask him questions. And in the process of it, he asked so many dumb questions. He made himself to be a total obtuse. You know what I mean? But that did not shy him away from Jesus. He kept on. That's the attitude of a seeker.
He wants to know it all.
That is the attitude of a child. Child always seeks. Adult always believes. See, especially adults from the Western world, we know how to believe. We know what to believe, we know how to believe, and we believe. See, we don't think, we don't seek. We don't.
I don't know about that.
See, the people who are commenting me on Facebook, they're not seekers, they're believers. They have an opinion, they believe in that opinion. No matter what I say out there, it doesn't matter to them, they're holding on to that opinion. They are the Judas Iscariots. So the reason why Jesus had them both is so that we can learn by observing both of them, whether we want to be seekers or whether we want to be believers. But the church had made us believers, the church had not made us seekers.